Oh, I'm live. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Glad to see a bunch of you guys. Saw the notification preview of everything. Tonight it is Claim to Fame Dinos. Again, replacing those cheap artifacts that they did some nice things last night. But yeah, I think going forward, definitely I'm going to be continuing to schedule things. If I can work out a deck list for particular nights, sometimes I want to switch stuff up. I don't know too far ahead of schedule exactly what I want to be playing, but for the most part, it is basically the same. At the very least, I can always just schedule a late night Dino, and you know what you're going to get. It's going to be a good time, hopefully. Now, let's see. The chat seemed to be a little bit laggy, so I was playing around with the latency there, but I'll jump right into the changes. Could use some tweaks. Yes, Blue Bear, Anger of the Gods, just for you, and also for those nasty decks like Jund Sacrifice, Jund Food. That brought the pain last night. That was rough. So at least 3 of them. I was considering 4, but again, something that isn't a dino that needs double red, that can be awkward mana wise, being able to cast that. I don't know. I gotta change my mouse cord. It's rubbing against stuff and it's moving on its own. Okay. Yeah, Anger of the Gods. You saw that there. So we got the Three Amigos, the full play set. Now, because there is Claim and Fame, or Claim to Fame, however you want to pronounce it, requiring some black that isn't a dinosaur, that isn't Rotting Regisaur, and also Anger of the Gods requiring 2 red. I feel definitely I want 4 Drover of the Mighty to help fix the mana there, cast the claims, Rotting Regisaur, Anger of the Gods, that sort of thing. I could potentially up the sources of black. Currently there is only 8 sources, but again, Claim, probably don't need it the first turn or the second turn. Of course, if the opponent is on the play and they go a turn 1 Thoughtseize, discarding something like Huntmaster or Marauding Raptor, our turn 1 could consist of using Claim on that whatever 2-drop they discarded, which, I mean, that would just be absolutely fantastic. Technically being turn 1, Marauding, Huntmaster, or Drover, which, I mean, hopefully that gets things going. Yes, there's some interesting... Oh, what did I just do there? Drover, get back to the beginning. My goodness. Yep, some sorceries. But I definitely think Claim and Fame is very valid, like I mentioned in the description. I mean, there's 12 2-drops, so I would assume Claim is always going to have something to grab. Oftentimes, these guys get answered so often. But Fame as well, +2/+0 and Haste, that's good. Especially if Rotting Regisaur discards Claim. It's not really a drawback because then we can just cast Fame because it's gone to the graveyard. New Capenna comes out. I don't know. It definitely I'll be the new Jund Trial. Certainly with my love for Anger of the Gods and Blue Bear, and many of you guys, I imagine, like stuff similar to Anger of the Gods, but also Claim and Fame. I do love the potential of fixing. I think definitely I'll be using the Jund Triome or the Naya Triome whenever I do go to Naya colors, adding in white, but I think 100%, at least 2 of the Jund Triome, probably up to 4 I could see myself going, because it does have those land typings. It is going to help something like Rootbound Crag or Woodland Cemetery come into play untapped, these check lands, which sometimes can be a little rough, definitely. And since oftentimes I'm not doing a whole lot turn 1, some people might think that's a little bit too slow and they want to always be doing good stuff turn 1. But oftentimes I'm not doing a whole lot, so taking turn 1 off to have a Triome come into play tapped, that feels pretty fantastic to me. But the game plan, as the past few nights, is mostly the same. Again, the Three Amigos, Rotting Regisaur, Rampaging, good old Shifting, Regisaur Alpha, couple Carnage Tyrant, replacing Zilortha. I still want to go back and explore Zilortha at some point, but it does potentially hurt us a little bit. Shifting Ceratops, Rotting Regisaur, it does help, making Rotting Regisaur technically a 7/7 and shifting 5/5. But other than that, I think Carnage Tyrant, it's going to be good. As I mentioned, the mana base may be upping the Sources of Black to help cast Claim a little bit more reliably. Other than that, yeah, get right into it. Soul Guide Lantern, that was rough. Jund Sacrifice, Rakdos. Hopefully Soul Guide does the trick. Again, having another turn 1 play feels pretty fantastic since sometimes I don't often have those. Death Gorge. Super graveyard hate tonight, actually, with Soul Guide Lantern and Death Gorge. Ripjaw, as always. Okay, I think it's about time we get going here. I was just looking back at the matches from last... Oh, yes. Oh, this was a suggestion to make a counter deck, so I'm actually working on a Celestia 1/1 counter Hardened Scales dinosaur deck. At some point, I think you'll see that. It's pretty sweet, but that's not what we're here for tonight. Yeah, looking back at the matches from last night, it was some form of Azorius for the first 3. Man, it was crazy. Azorius Auras, Azorius Control, and Azorius Artifacts to start off last night. That was rough stuff. Certainly, I am missing Culling Ritual. Hopefully we don't get caught out by not having that and face some form of Auras or Azorius Artifact Affinity. Bad Moon MTG. Huh. Makes me feel like they might be a content creator as well. Maybe a streamer. I don't know. That could be very, very nice. Definitely. Counters matters. Yes. Phoenix, definitely Anger of the Gods is going to do the trick against Rekindling Phoenix that we have seen the past few nights here, but yeah, Anger of the Gods hitting Rekindling Phoenix, Arclight Phoenix takes out Dragon's Rage, Chandler, all that stuff. Hopefully Huntmaster doesn't, he's dead. Oh. Yeah, that's alright. Perhaps I could have gone Drover of the Mighty, but, I mean, either one against a deck like this are going to die. This could be rough, but again, Claim and Fame, I think they might come in handy here. At the very least, we got to play, but hopefully getting that 3rd land next turn to go Rotting Regisaur. Ooh, he's dead too. Oh, I think definitely. Either dealing 2 damage or just Kolgan's Command. That is also quite nice. Let's see. Yeah, I think a Rampaging. Want to preserve the Rotting Regisaurs to hopefully help cast the Queen Witch. I was going to be a little sad if I didn't draw a 3rd land there. Yes, definitely counter dinos, so just lots of 1/1 counters. Huatli's Raptor, whenever it comes into play or enters the battlefield, you get to proliferate. So you put an extra counter on every dino that already has a counter on it, and it's a good time. I'm thinking Otepec Huntmaster, but I feel like it would die. Got to get more power, though, to hopefully get Ghalta. Would be nice getting Hasty Ghalta next turn. They may just kill Rotting Regisaur, but hopefully we get some nice damage on them. But yeah, counter dinos, just making all of them bigger. That's the name of the game. Doubling the number of 1/1 counters that are, well, you know what that calls for. Yep. Well, we got 2 Huntmasters. Hopefully at least one of them survives. Maybe we get something good, something big next turn, but Rakdos. Discarding, discarding, killing, killing. Lots of killing. Hey! Will the Huntmaster survive? I doubt it. Hopefully they run out of gas. They do have quite a few cards in hand still, so it might continue to be ugly. Yes. Oh yeah, no, not control form. The +1/+1 counters. Just doubling it, making them bigger, bigger. The enchantments that double the number of 1/1 counters that are put on a creature, that sort of thing. Yes, definitely either way. I have some ideas for various more control style Dino decks. Have to work on them a little bit more, but Wow, 3 lands. Can't do much with Carnage Tyrant. Maybe we can get a bit of damage in with Marauding. Oh boy, well, I think that is going to do it, unfortunately. Not the best start in the world, but they're a little bit graveyard based. Yeah, I think Death Gorge definitely could do the trick. Ah, streaming on Twitch, okay. Hopefully they aren't bashing the sucky dinos too much, because that was kind of rough, but really not a whole lot we could have done in that case. Claim and Fame probably wouldn't have helped us a whole lot. They would have just used up an extra removal when they seemed like they had what they needed. Let's see. Rampaging Ferocidon doesn't seem like they had a whole lot of creatures going on. I'll still keep Claim and Fame there, just in case. Maybe could have dropped Claim to Fame, but could help things out. Sneaky. Haste would be nice as source of red, but again, Huntmaster might be dying. Ooh, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. That is going to be something I have to keep, because that was quite a few mulligans. So, yep, gonna try for this. Could be rough. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Hey, maybe we get a source of black. We do not. Well, I'll play through a couple more turns. Could make things happen. Oh, hey, we got the second land. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully we can dump our hand quickly. Still quite a ways away from Regisaur Alpha, unfortunately. Oh, more mana. That's good. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's got to be Claim. Just because Huntmaster at the moment is the only thing I can bring back, and it would die to Marauding, which Marauding might, well. We're not going to be faming anytime soon. That was painful. We'll attack, see if they block with the token, perhaps. Oh, got a little bit of damage on them there. Liliana, that is not going to be good.
Ruining your day is
ouch. Well, got 5 lands. Could get Regisaur Alpha, maybe Hasty, Shifting Ceratops, something like that. Apply some nice pressure. At the very least, we have nothing in hand, so, you know, won't be discarding anything. still. Liliana is going to chip away quite nicely. That's a painful clock. +1. Each player discards a card. Each opponent who can't loses 3 life. Yeah, this is that's not going to do it. Well, you know, that's how it's going to go. Some nights won't start off too strong. Sometimes it is incredibly painful. They got that fantastic, cheap early removal. Just a whole bunch of discarding, and it brought the pain to these claim to fame dinos. We don't have much claim to fame there, that's for sure, but yeah. That's all right. Can't win them all. Skelly, oh, Diamond 1. They may be trying to crack into Mythic. Can we spoil them, perhaps? Yeah, I mean, I do see Lurrus. That could be a little painful. Killing stuff, perhaps. Maybe some Auras variation. Rakdos as well. I think sometimes they use Lurrus to recur certain things, but we'll get the root bound. Marauding. It's going to be good. Drover hopefully helps claim something. Maybe, well, Demir. Ooh, Flaming Draco. Yeah, that is rough. Barely watching it at 144p. It was a discard deck, Blue Bear. But this is also some discarding stuff. Ouch. Well, you know, got Marauding. It might survive. Turn 3, Shifting Ceratops. I like the looks of that. But yeah, 144p, my goodness. Does say my stream is all excellent condition, everything at the moment. I do have fiber internet, so I'm able to bring hopefully the best experience possible to you guys. Alright, oh, that's good. We at least got Shifting Ceratops. Hopefully that applies some nice, nasty pressure on the opponent. I think it should do the trick. Definitely if we hadn't got Shifting Ceratops, things might be painful, but especially if Marauding Raptor survives again, able to go the second Shifting Ceratops, I think that's going to feel pretty good. I think they want to kill Shifting. Yes. They're losing a lot of life, that's for sure. They had to get Agadeem down untapped, which they paid 3 life. They destroyed Shifting Ceratops, also losing 2 life, so it was, I don't mind that. But Shifting Ceratops, I think it's just maybe regular Grixis control, but I would think something maybe Phoenix related. But probably not Phoenix related, just because, oh, Grixis Death Shadow. I see. Okay, okay. Sometimes you can watch at 1080p, but that's interesting. Maybe there's something I can do on my end to help you guys out when things are rough like that. Well, guess I'll have it tapped. Rampaging Ferocidon, and see what they do. Certainly won't attack, but if they mistakenly play another creature, we would kill them with the ping from Rampaging Ferocidon, which would be pretty sweet. Oh, 100. Okay. Well, hopefully at some point soon in the future you get to experience better internet. For most of my life, countryside, I know what that's like. For a while I was using dial-up and that sort of thing. It was rough, and then I had crappy Wi-Fi as well. I could barely play a game like this. I definitely couldn't stream up until maybe 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago. I always had a dream of doing YouTube and this sort of thing, so quite happy. Oh, they're going to chip away with the insectile aberrations, it looks like. Deathcap Glade, I do like the looks of that. Definitely get the Huntmaster just because Marauding Raptor is gone now. But yes, I know the pain of internet. It's bad sometimes. Yeah, I think Marauding. Now the question is, could we get enough guys by? I think so. We give haste to Marauding. 2 have to block Rampaging. I think that should be it. Yes. Pretty sure. Yeah, 2 have to block Rampaging. They're only left with 1, so hopefully that Unholy Heat doesn't go to 4. Phew, got him. Good stuff. You're dead. Oh. That was tense. Okay, so we know what it is. Death Shadow, which makes me shed some tears. Many tears, because Culling Ritual would be fantastic. Death Shadow, costing 1. Dragon's Rage Chandler, the Delver of Secrets. This would actually be the absolute, pretty much perfect deck for bringing in Culling Ritual. Man, that would be good. That's alright though. Anger of the Gods still could do the trick against Dragon's Rage Chandler. And Blue Bear, you probably want to see me bring in Anger of the Gods at some point, I imagine. Yes, it was rough, but Rampaging Ferocidon, that was the all-star, that's for sure. Again, discard stuff, so Soul Guide, Death Gorge, let's make the Unholy Heats just heat. Unholy Warm, I guess you could say. Unholy Lukewarm, something like that, but still got to cut some stuff. I think, well, Claim did help quite a bit actually, now that I think about it. Yes, definitely, at least exile those weak creatures. Probably not Death Shadow because it can grow so big, so quick. Carnage Tyrant, they do have lots of removal, but there's lots of cheap stuff we got to make room for. Let's see. Yes, Flaming Draco, thanks very much. I was getting a little worried there. But having them down to 1, I figured if I could just get enough bodies, make something happen. And it made something happen. I think it's going to be Claim. That was fantastic, to say the least. Couple more. Huntmaster. One queen, I know. Gotta make some room, though, for that stuff. But man, that was rough. Definitely bringing in all that graveyard hate. A little hard making space, cutting those fantastic creatures. Carnage Tyrants, the single copy of Ghalta, but oh man, that is not a hand you want to see. My goodness, not even a single land. Okay, we are on the draw, so we do have that extra chance to get to a 3rd land, maybe a 2-drop, something like that. So I think I'll hopefully be able to make that work. Should do the trick. Thoughtseize, you can't get rid of the 2-drop if we have no 2-drop to get rid of. Rampaging, I think gave them a little bit of nightmares, but seeing the Death Gorge, they probably want to protect their graveyard a bit. The new Cephalid design, I think it's pretty valid. I saw Mark Rosewater make that comment about how there's so many goblins, and they've changed up the look of goblins from Khans of Tarkir and numerous planes, numerous sets. So there is a wide range of different looking goblins. So I think having cephalids look different, I'm perfectly fine with it due to that reasoning he presented. But yeah, I think the old look of the cephalids, that was pretty sweet. 1/1 Death Shadow. Ooh, double Death Shadow. If we can get that Anger of the Gods. My goodness, I like that. I definitely want to make sure I have those 2 sources of red if I can get Anger before Death Shadow grows out of control. One less thing to reuse, I guess, to help power up Unholy Heat. Might as well, even though I can't make a benefit of that temporary buff in power. I'm 100%. I won't kill one. Lurrus, unfortunately, going to bring one back, but gonna keep killing him. Hopefully it slows things down enough. Yeah, if I can get Anger of the Gods. Well, it's not Anger, unfortunately, but, you know, Rampaging, that was pretty fantastic previously. Okay, as long as they don't deal damage to themselves here, and we eventually get that Anger, I think we would have them. Ooh. Yeah, so I shouldn't have played the Rampaging. Darn. I'm going to take it. Just in case I need that extra power, maybe for Ghalta. Yeah, now that you mention it, they do sort of seem pretty close to a merfolk. But I don't think many people are attached to the old cephalid design, so I don't think there will be too much of a problem. I don't think we're going to bust through this one. Yeah. Not quite going to do it with what they have out. So, Anger of the Gods, hopefully we get it coming up here. The graveyard stuff, definitely it was nice with Lurrus. They kept bringing back Death Shadow, so I think that's the trick as well. If I can kill those early Death Shadows, exile it with either Death Gorge or Soul Guide Lantern, that could also be the ticket to not continually see them. Card draw. I was thinking about card draw to help see that Anger of the Gods. That hopefully helps us out early on, but I think I'll keep it as is. Try and go as... Oh, hey. There we go. All right, you asked for card draw, but instead I got the card. Except there is no 2 sources of red. Definitely that is a keeper. So, oh, 2 mulligans. Well, it's looking good, at least. 2 mulligans so far. All right. Blueberry, you said the comment, and I think that helped get one of the cards I was hoping for. Definitely nice only having 3 copies of Anger of the Gods and seeing a copy in the opening hand. So yes, taking out Dragon's Rage. Oh boy, I'm excited. Coming in hot. Lair of the Hydra. Only 1 copy, so this feels pretty positive. Delver of Secrets, yes. Play those creatures. Hey, Marauding Raptor would have died anyways to Anger of the Gods. Still have plenty of lands to go another Marauding. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm going to get that tapped, play Marauding. If Marauding lives, I could go Rotting plus Death Gorge next turn. That might be nice. Double Rotting Regisaur, that would just be some pretty disgusting power right there. I guess they still have to deal a bunch of damage to themselves. They can't currently play Death Shadow because it would die right away. Ooh, the Thoughtseizes, so they see our anger. I think they're going to discard that anger. Even though we can't currently play it, they probably don't want to see it. Yes. That's alright. I'd probably discard the anger as well. But we got some good options here, definitely. Drover the Mighty, they don't have any instant speed removal. They only have instant and sorceries. But Death Gorge, yes. We'll maintain having everything. I wouldn't want to exile Death Gorge, or discard it, I should say, next turn. So I think this should be some decent pressure. Rotting next turn, followed by maybe something else nasty, hopefully. Certainly could see a Ghalta coming down. Yeah, I would get rid of the Rotting too. Hopefully, at the very least, Death Gorge maybe does not keep him on the ground. But, I mean, hey, like you mentioned, Lair of the Hydra could help things out. Stomping Ground, could play that untapped, taking 2. Make Lair of the Hydra a 3/3, so attacking for 8. Yeah, I think I'm going to risk it. There's 6 there, so I would only have to deal 2. It's risky, it's risky. Nah, I'm not gonna risk it quite so much, but still getting a little bit of damage here. Alright. They probably can't attack with everything, I would imagine. But I think we might have them here, especially due to Lair of the Hydra. They gotta at least play another creature. Death Shadow 10/10. Well, that's rough. Oh, attacking with both. Interesting. What is their plan? Yeah, I can do a 3/3, but they have 1 black. So I'm thinking maybe because they have 1 black, they got a Fatal Push, and they could Fatal Push the Lair of the Hydra after I sink all the mana into it. That would be rough. So I'm thinking actually Rotting Regisaur to buff Marauding Raptor. Let's see. Unholy Heat also, yes, that would be rough. Right, I'm just gonna sink it. Like I expected, alright. I was thinking maybe playing Rotting and passing, but they do have the flyers there, unfortunately, so that's how it goes. It was a good game, definitely. Very, very close. Yeah. Death Shadow does the trick. Okay, well, certainly makes me reconsider and want Culling Ritual, because I think Culling Ritual would be even better in that case than Anger of the Gods. I know, yep, it was close match indeed, but I know Blueberry, you do love Anger of the Gods, but I think we can appreciate the potential of Culling Ritual there. Would have destroyed 4, 5 non-land permanents, potentially had just a ton of mana left over, maybe to sink into a Lair of the Hydra to swing for a ton of damage. So I think in that scenario, Culling Ritual could have done the trick, but either Anger of the Gods, Culling Ritual, some sort of sweeper for cheap stuff, I think is pretty much needed, necessary, almost mandatory, I would imagine. Ooh, not playing first. That's all right. No, that happens. Hey, that's all right. Flaming Draco. Hopefully things improve, but yeah, thanks for the luck. It seems like I'll need it tonight. Lots of painful matches. Some wins, but yeah, thanks for watching as much as you could so far. That's not going to do it, but Blueberry, you say why not both? Root Bound. Yeah, not quite. Okay, that's going to do it, but yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I could see myself maybe working on something that includes both. That'd be pretty fun. Actually, I think I'm going to send Claim to the bottom just because I don't have a Source of Black, which, again, I was a little worried not having that early Source of Black, being those cheap artifacts from Thumbs Up last night. I mean, it is pretty nice being able to spend mana of any color to cast them. Very consistent that way. Is it Phoenix? I figured it'd be Is It at some point. Likely some form of Is It. At least one Is It deck. So Anger of the Gods. If it is It? That's going to be good. Yes. Alrighty. Oh, whoops. I forgot. That's okay, you know. Sometimes you forget about the manland that has to be played in the first turn or two. Can still make that work. Have a play, hopefully. But if I do get another land next turn, definitely I want to go Shifting Ceratops. But at the very least, still going Rampaging Ferocidon should help things out. Okay, not too bad. Haven't seen any Phoenixes quite yet, which is actually very good. I like that. Yeah. Shifting. Yeah, definitely that is a fact to keep in mind, certainly. I definitely, over the many years playing this deck, I feel quite confident. Of course, there is always room for hiccups and mistakes for anybody, but I think that can be an edge. Somebody maybe jumping on a deck they haven't played too much, they see it get good results, and for good reason, they want to play it and hopefully get some nice wins. But yeah, definitely if it's new to a person, they could miss some lines of play that might get them a win in some cases and give us an edge, being able to see things maybe other people wouldn't. That's always rough, man. Doubling up on the Pillar of Flame. I mean, hey, that happens, but you're drawing the replacement Shifting Ceratops, so hopefully that's still enough aggression. No Phoenix in the graveyard quite yet, which is very nice. Yep, exiling the Ox, Finale of Promise. Oh, I think they have another land, so they'll play that land. Ping Shifting Ceratops again. Man, they're just doubling up on that double ramps. Double tiers this match, or this game at the very least. Ouch. Shifting is saying goodbye to, well, Unholy Heat. I mean, oh, they got lots of cheap removal. Wasn't the best game in the world, but this is the pain that Izzet Phoenix can bring. We're seeing it right here. Well, we're not winning that. But Anger of the Gods. Yes, please. 100%. Lots of damage-based stuff. Ripjaw Raptor. Shifting Ceratops, that was kind of rough, to say the least. I mean, there is the potential for a reach from Shifting Ceratops to be able to block some of those flyers, but man, they just unloaded on Shifting with doubling up on those spells that deal 2 damage. It was not a pretty sight, that's for sure. Soul Guide Lantern, Death Gorge Scavenger. Cut the Rampaging, because that could hurt us, and we don't want to take any more damage. Cut, yes, now that you mention it, Otepec Huntmaster, since they have lots of things that deal 2 damage, definitely in this scenario, something that has 2 toughness, has made sense to me in the past to cut something like that and make room for the other good stuff. Claim to Fame, I think that could be cut, definitely. I'm going to cut all of them, bring in a single Shifting Ceratops, just because I did cut 4 of the Three Amigos, so there is only 2. Yeah. But definitely, if I had the full play set of all 3 Amigos, I would certainly consider keeping Claim and Fame in. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I mean, it is exciting, the card I was hoping to see, but that's how it goes sometimes. You just don't see any lands. Could make that work. Yeah, Rotting. Maybe we get to the Queen. Gonna have to watch out next turn. Hopefully Marauding stays alive. Yeah, definitely Blue Bear, like you say, it is a solid opening hand. Could certainly get to a... Ooh, definitely. Okay, got options. A little worried about Drover. But I think the most they'll do is 2 damage. So they could certainly get rid of Drover, but get that Marauding. And I almost played Rotting Regisaur, but it would be a very sad day if I had to discard the Queen. Rotting might provide enough of a headache, but if things survive, which I think they will, there's a good chance we get Ghalta. Death Gorge as well, but you know what I want to see. Okay, you can counter that. I'm not too sad about it because the backup, the Queen. No, decline. Yes. Ouch. That was painful. Okay. Get them to burn what they had on. That's what you want to see. Whew. Thumbs up. Okay. They thought they had us. They blew their counter on a big nasty thing. And, yes, oh, even better is right. Whew. Now that's the stuff of highlights. I mean, hopefully it goes that good coming up here, but is it Phoenix being on the play, being that turn ahead right now? It's always rough, especially against something so aggressive. But yeah, you gotta watch out for those nasty plays. That probably shook them. Yeah, well, hard to say. Phoenix definitely is a popular deck. I can see people easily just jumping on it, thinking it's really great, easy to play, but I think any deck you play, it has fantastic depth. If you play it long enough, you can find some very interesting things, but this, yes, anger, certainly. I kind of want to keep both drovers just to help get that second source of red. Now I'll send one to the bottom. Yeah. This could be good. But yeah, with Anger of the Gods, I may need to tweak the mana base some to help cast that a little easier. Certainly, it's going to be bad when they likely kill Drover here, but do have the backup of Rotting Regisaur next turn. He's dead. I think it's basically guaranteed. Ooh, he's not. Maybe he survives a full round. He does not. Dead. Oh, man. If we could have just got him to a 3-3. Yes, please. That would have been fantastic. But, pay it 2 life. Kind of considering getting Death Gorge, but certainly Death Gorge would die to removal, so maybe Rotting Regisaur will force them to double up on certain removal just to get rid of him. And they don't have an Arclight Phoenix in the graveyard, so certainly it would be nice to at least exile that. The first turn Death Gorge comes down and then he likely dies from removal, but we still got that benefit. Right? It's one less Unholy Heat. So I'm pretty happy about that. Well, we're a ways away from Regisaur, unfortunately. Oh, Stomping Ground, that is good. And it's the second source of red. So we may have him here. They only have instants and sorceries at the moment, which exiling Expressive Iteration, making them only have instants, will keep us quite a ways away from Unholy Heat, hopefully. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Hope they don't kill Death Gorge Scavenger. Only having one type of card in the graveyard at the moment, I think that should help things out. But they didn't have anything at instant speed that could deal 2 damage, because they would have killed Death Gorge, I think, while its trigger was on the stack before it got buffed to 3 toughness. They would have probably dealt 2 damage to him just to get him out of the way. But yeah, if they get a couple Phoenixes here, we got the thing. This could be very good. Probably want to hold a few things back to block Rotting Regisaur, at least one body to block Rotting. Just one. Which is pretty fantastic if Arclight Phoenix is the only creature in the graveyard. Then it drops Dragon's Rage Chandler down. Sneaky stuff. Alright, no more Phoenix. Bam. Get him. Got him. And gaining 2 life. Certainly against a deck that deals lots of little bits of damage, that 2 life, it can certainly add up. But definitely, it feels good at the moment. Being at 19, having Anger of the Gods, they're going to have to continually expend resources to get rid of Death Gorge. Ooh. Hopefully Sprite Dragon stays at a 3/3 or less, because definitely I'm going to be taking that thing out before it grows out of control. Oh, the Unholy Heat. I mean, it's not a good game yet. Hopefully that slowed him down. Hopefully they don't get any Phoenixes, at least for, well, just one Phoenix so far. This could get him another one, and we might be seeing 2 Phoenixes, which that would also be very painful. Hey, they discarded an Anger. We used an Anger. Good stuff. I think I want to keep these lands coming into play tapped just so I don't have to potentially take 2 whenever I would play them. Hey, Ripjaw, good stuff. Hopefully they don't counter it, but they could. Yep, that was pretty funny when they said good game, exile their board. It was good stuff. I was a little worried about that Sprite Dragon. As always, it can get nasty, get out of control. So far, just 1 Phoenix. Ooh, Regisaur Alpha, let's go. Hopefully. They see Ripjaw, so if they can't kill us this turn, they gotta be pretty conservative blocking-wise. Even if they get 2 Phoenixes, that's... Oh, was that 3? Is that 3? No, still 2. As long as they just have the 2 Phoenixes, that's 9, but they still could deal 2 damage to our face and kill us, unfortunately. Okay. Ooh, Soul Guide. That would have been good. Yes. Pretty close stuff. So, Anger of the Gods, 4 copies. I think definitely I want to work that in. Certainly, Is It Phoenix is not going anywhere. But again, the double source is the red, so tweaking the mana base to make Anger of the Gods get cast a little bit more consistently. Definitely can see that doing the trick, but yeah, we'll keep things up. A little bit more misses than hits tonight, unfortunately, but when you play one deck every day, all the time, there will be points where it just seems like it's absolutely terrible. Things just aren't going your way, but if you can stay positive, good times are around the corner. Ritual, culling ritual. Destroy all non-land permanents that have mana value 2 or less, and you get mana for each non-land permanent that was destroyed that way. So potentially a lot of mana. Cast something big, some big dino. Shifting Ceratops, perhaps. Well, that could be good. Hopefully, you know, things don't die like they have been. But, yeah, make that work. Marauding, Drover. Hopefully Drover's staying alive to help us cast that Rotting Regisaur. But, yeah, we can make that work. Maybe discarding Claim with Rotting Regisaur, then we can make use of that fame if we don't have more sources of black. Yeah. So it's some sort of... Ooh, hey, a Jund. Jund sacrifice, Jund food, maybe. Yeah, not always better than Anger of the Gods, but I think Culling Ritual, if you're comparing it to Anger of the Gods at the moment, right now, with all the things that are quite popular, Culling Ritual might be better than Anger. Certainly, I think Anger of the Gods, specifically in the Izzet Phoenix matchup, with everything pretty much always being 3 toughness or less, other than the Sprite Dragons that get bigger each time you cast stuff, or the Crackling Drakes being at 4 toughness. It's rough. Hopefully they don't kill the Marauding Raptor here. Hey, to be expected, Unholy Heat is fantastic. I was a little worried there. Yeah, I could see tweaking the mana base to have Culling Ritual and Anger of the Gods, just to give that super edge against a wide range of stuff, but oh, this is a little bit painful. You know what? Claim. Get back Marauding Raptor. And Rotting Regisaur for 2. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Do they have any creatures? No. Okay, so that's got to be Rotting. Alright. Got some nice big bodies. So Claim coming in strong. Definitely helping us out there. Hopefully, I think there's a good chance we see the Queen coming up, but yeah, I could see an argument for both those sweepers combined. Certainly when Streets of New Capenna releases with the Jund Triumph, giving us access to all the 3 colors that we're playing, 100% that's going to increase the consistency of the spells, the non-dino stuff. Oh, more lands. Good, but it is Queen time. Yes. Yeah, cast both spells. Aftermath, cast this spell only from your graveyard and then exile it. So Claim has to go to the graveyard and then you get the opportunity to cast Fame, which gives +2/+0 in haste. But without further ado, when we can cast the Queen for 2, that's what you want to do. A little bit of rhymes there. Okay, so they could exile one thing with Scavenging Ooze, be able to take out Marauding Raptor, but 100% I hate Chandra, Torch of Defiance, so I'm going to pressure her as much as possible. I think Ghalta might do the trick in this case, though. Jose, definitely I have some hopes that the Plant Dinosaur teaser has Enrage, You know, a plant, whenever it's damaged, it grows bigger, that sort of thing. That would be pretty fantastic. Yes, there is going to be a plant dinosaur, Mark Rosewater, one of the lead people at Wizards of the Coast, did tease that there's going to be a plant dinosaur creature coming out in the new set. It's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm just going to swing with Ghalta. See what they do, if anything. I think she's going to do the trick. Could have put Fame on Ghalta to deal a little bit more damage there, but potentially might want the Haste for Fame with something else that we draw coming up. But yeah, I'm excited to see this plant dino. I just hope it's not a common. At the very least, I would like to see uncommon. Something quite nice, but yeah, I think it could have definitely something to do with +1/+1 counters, I imagine. Gonna have to do a fair bit to save themselves. I don't think they're gonna save themselves. Yep, that's gotta be it, if my math is correct. Alright, Rotting Regisaur. I like the looks of that. Get that down. Fame. Ghalta. Get it done. Similar to the ooze. Yeah, now that you mention it, exiling things from the graveyard, exiling creatures, which, having just faced the classic and oftentimes is it Phoenix, more exile effects, I would be happy with that, definitely. So it's more like Jund, traditional Jund mid-range sort of thing. Scavenging Oozes I don't like too much, which, going back to Culling Ritual, no matter how big the Scavenging Ooze has got, Culling Ritual would destroy Scavenging Ooze since it is a non-land permanent that costs 2 or less, so in this case it also is pretty fantastic. But I think Ripjaw, lots of damage-based stuff, it's going to do the trick. Cutting Shifting Ceratops because there's no blue in this deck, so seems to make sense. Definitely Rampaging, stopping some of that life gain potentially from Scavenging Ooze. I like the looks of that. Death Gorge, exiling things so that Scavenging Ooze maybe doesn't get too big. Yes, having that extra damage on the queen. Yeah. I think I'll keep it as is. Scavenging Ooze, they could easily get above 3 toughness. All they'd have to do is exile 2 creatures, which there might be plenty of creatures in the graveyard, and it would be a sad day not being able to kill Scavenging Ooze, but I like the looks of that. Definitely it's a little rough not having any way to cast Rotting Regisaur quite yet. But we do see Lair of the Hydra, which, lovely stuff. Hopefully they don't have a Fatal Push for it, but it is Jund, so Fatal Push could be a possibility to take out Lair of the Secluded Courtyard. Okay, so we'll be able to play Rotting Regisaur now. Alright, but yes, it was painful when that one opponent, I think 2 matches back, they did kill Lair of the Hydra with Fatal Push. It's a sad day, that's for sure. But we got plenty of lands, plenty of things to discard with Rotting Regisaur. Marauding Raptor, fantastic. Aggression, 4/3. Good stuff. Seems like they're stumbling a little bit in the land department, which Definitely. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Back to Diamond 3. Yeah, I definitely think I should respect the Is It Phoenix matchup a little bit more. Like you say, Blue Bear and some of you other guys as well. Anger of the Gods. Just have it in all the time. Yeah. Pseudophobia 379. Hopefully it's not some scary control stuff. Ever thought about Meteor Swarm? I do like the potential for dividing damage, that sort of thing. Taking out multiple targets with one spell out, so it's pretty fantastic. I think the requiring 3 red could be a little painful, potentially. Makes me a little wary seeing it require that, but yeah, no, I'm definitely always up for considering new removal spells, especially when they take out multiple targets. A removal spell that can get rid of, you know, big stuff as well. Oftentimes it's small stuff, but maybe big stuff like something auras based. They have a lot of auras on some particular creature and just want to take it out before it gets too big and out of range of even something like Meteor Storm, I think. I haven't looked at that card too much, so I'm not completely sure, but what kind of a deck is this? Certainly looks like Anger of the Gods would be pretty fantastic. Maybe it's Esper, Yorion, Bounce, something like that. Shifting Ceratops, definitely. That's going to be quite nice. Yeah. I'm just going to keep up the aggression with it. Would be able to take out Kurnos and Charming Prince if they did want to double block, which I don't expect they would. Okay, so they were pretty worried. Hopefully they don't have a second copy of Kunoros in their hand. They definitely could, but yeah, we have lots of nasty bodies. Regisaur Alpha next turn would be pretty fantastic, but it seems like maybe a good chance to get the Queen this game. Yes, Star of Extinction as well. 5 and 2 red, deal 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. I want to use that at some point. That is like the Dino board wipe. And you get to destroy a land as well. I mean, costing 7, it's a little rough, but yeah, I think it can do the trick. Still not too sure what their whole plan is. Hopefully they don't sweep us here. I'm seeing a lot of white though, so we could be looking at a sweeper at some point. Oh, it's, yes, just bouncing things. Elite Guard Mage definitely is a fantastic thing to bounce. Get some amazing value from that. At the very least, do stop that life gain, but we want Ghalta. So we're going to get Ghalta. Yeah, I'll take the ping. Oop. Hold on a second. Yes, okay. Wanted to keep the 2 sources of green. I was thinking... wasn't too sure it was a Merfolk deck. Just looks like a generic white, black, and blue bounce things, pretty much. But certainly activate Shifting Ceratops, get the maximum damage we can and pray they don't have a sweeper coming up here. Yeah, just abusing, it seems like enter the battlefield effects, bouncing with Thassa Deep Dwelling's ability at the beginning of your end step, exile up to one other creature, and then return it to the battlefield. So they just attack with a creature, bounce it at the end of their turn, comes back in untapped, and they get that value of whatever happens when it enters. But if they don't have a sweeper right now, if they had a sweeper, they would have used it, I think. I'm pretty sure. But they could just be getting some value from a League Guard mage here, then sweeping us. Maybe. I think that's about to happen. Oh, okay. Was a little worried, perhaps. Hold on a second. We may have to consider settle the wreckage. Oh, okay. Still have to consider settle the wreckage. They do currently have enough mana for that. Carnage Tyrant it is. At the very least, we will be left behind with that. I think it could be a settle the wreckage. So they don't have a settle. Definitely, I was worried seeing them having the 4 mana there, at least 2 sources of white to cast settle, exiling each attacking creature. For each creature exiled this way, the controller searches their library for a basic land. I only have 1 basic land in the deck at the moment, so attacking with everything into settle the wreckage, seeing it all get exiled, and our plans of winning go straight down the tube. That's rough. But it looks like we probably just have them here, I would imagine, especially with something like Carnage Tyrant, but also Shifting Ceratops. I don't see there being a whole lot they can do with 2 mana. Yeah, I think we got him. Good stuff. A deck like this can be very, very annoying. Alrighty, get the land, get the shifting, just lock it up. Make sure there's absolutely certain, excuse me, as certain as we possibly can. I don't see him getting out of that. Yes. They definitely weren't going to gain 17 life to save themselves. Okay. Well, I expect they have various board wipes, sweepers in their sideboard. They're going to be bringing in absolutely every sweeper they have. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Expect that going into game 2 here. Not a whole lot of damaging things. Ripjaw. Death Gorge. There is a lot of non-creature stuff. Rampaging was nice, stopping that sometimes life gain. And they don't have a lot of creatures, so there is a good chance Rampaging could just fly right past the only creature that they have. But claim to fame, I do like getting back these guys, which I expect they're going to die. We saw Fatal Push, I think, a couple times there. Yeah, I think Rampaging Ferocidon. Death Gorge, that's going to be nice. Oh, yes, I did mention I was playing D&D. Had just played D&D. Oh, I could consider that. I'd never considered D&D streaming it at some point. Definitely Magic here takes up most of my time, and I just love it so much. But yeah, I'm definitely open to more YouTube things, showing people more stuff. Certainly. Nah. I was thinking of being greedy, hoping for Regisaur Alpha, but I'll keep the curve nice and low. Get a bunch of bodies. Ooh, we got the Three Amigos to start. Fantastic stuff. But yeah, I would consider streaming different things if Magic didn't take up so much of my time, which is pretty precious. I don't often get on here till 8:30, 9 o'clock. I set up the stream, get started the earliest at 9, usually 9:30, 10 o'clock. Before that, basically I can't stream at all just because my daughter is up. She hasn't quite fallen asleep yet, but yeah, over time, definitely up to expanding things. Certainly playing Magic in paper, showing that would be pretty fantastic, I think. Ooh, the Field of Ruin, that's going to be rough, I think. Yeah. Certainly because I have my only basic in the deck. Ooh. Hopefully they don't destroy one of them. Still have plenty of lands, but yeah, man, that's rough. Yeah, I'm going to add more basics. Field of Ruin, not too common, but when you don't get that land back, yeah. Ouch. Ouch is right. Okay, good stuff. Definitely marauding. Ooh, Death Gorge. Yeah, I like the fact of Death Gorge. Field of Ruin, let's go. Maximize the benefit. 1 green, 5 damage. Seems alright. Oh, yes, and definitely mentioning Magic in paper. I still am working on showing off my paper Dino collection and other various interesting supporting cards for them, which I am getting one of my final orders coming in tomorrow. Hopefully, if all goes well. Alright. I think this might just do it. Man, that is nasty, nasty damage coming out. They could certainly have a sweeper, so it might be rough. Hopefully we didn't just play into a sweeper. Yikes. It's getting tense. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy watching it, and everyone else. Oh, there's just limitless possibilities, I think. Elite Guard Mage, I don't think that's going to do it for him. Oh, the Blood Crypt. Good stuff. Pay that 2 life, get... we don't have something to get back. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to just play claim. And... yeah, oh, well, exile... guess they're Charming Prince. Still taking 6, so they die. Yeah, we got them. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, like you say, even so much just with dinos, showing off the paper collection, what to do, sort of deck tech versus certain decks that you may face with dinos, or you may face, you know, with whatever you're playing, the common stuff. So, you know, dinos versus, is it Phoenix? what I might do in that matchup. Dinos versus Golgari Food, Azorius Auras, all the common meta stuff that everyone else is playing. And yeah, definitely lots of different series that I'm hoping, looking forward to making. But certainly I think streaming pretty much every night, that's my favorite thing. Seems to be something you guys like as well. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. Climbing back up, getting a couple wins at the end. Claim to fame, it was a little bit hit or miss there, especially not having the Source of Black to play it. But yeah, enjoyed talking to you, Blue Bear, and everyone else. Thanks for watching. Pretty fantastic tonight. Saw some of the classic stuff and a little bit different stuff. I think I may play Counter Dinos tomorrow, but I am going to work on the April Fool's list, which will not be Dinos. One time a year, every April Fool's, I'm going to play a deck that isn't Dinos. I'm going to set up the stream like I did tonight, continue to do that, but it might be Counter Dinos tomorrow. Definitely open to suggestions, but yeah, it's going to be fun either way, so certainly stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. A lot of gold saved up. It's tempting to not use some of that, but gotta save it for all the fantastic stuff that's coming. Yes, thanks again, Blue Bear, for watching. Oh, I have no idea, because I only play Dinos. I could literally play anything else. It's gonna be, oh no. Okay, I'm gonna work on it. All right, I'll leave you guys for now. Have a good night or good morning whenever you're watching, and remember, there is always room for improvement, whether it's in Magic, it's in life. All right, have a good one.